Hi guys. Okay, so today I am off to Bristol on this horrible rainy summer day to do predominantly outside work, so gonna get a bit wet, I think. Never mind. That's just what it's like. We can't predict the British weather, and even in the summer quite often we're working in the rain. So yeah, that's going to be today. We're going to do a package that we call package B2, and it's purely for on and off lead walking issues. So in other words, the dog is fine in the house, no problems at all. Obviously we'll need to still go through the leadership structure and all of that, but other than that we will be focusing on outside. So this is a sweet little dog called Hallie. She is a Cocker Spaniel crossed with a Dachshund. So she's probably going to be absolutely adorable. And what's happening with her is she has got dog aggression issues. So she is not happy either on or off the lead with other dogs, and she's okay at a distance apparently, but if they get too close, not good at all. She's going to start barking a lot and lunging, and same off the leads. She's okay, you know, she won't go running up to a dog at a distance, but if it comes close to her, she's not going to be happy about it. So we need to work on both on and off lead. And also I've got in my notes that she's got quite a chase drive, which would make sense with the combination of those two breeds. So we need to make sure that when she's off, she will stay safe and not be running off chasing something and getting herself or something else into trouble. So that is what we're going to be working on. I'm hoping we might get a break in the weather. I don't know if it's going to chuck it down all day or not. I have looked at the forecast, but it didn't look particularly promising either way. But also I never trust the forecast because it can be hopelessly wrong. Especially places like Bristol, anywhere that's near a big body of water. I think you can never really tell what the weather's going to be like, regardless of what it says on the forecast. So yeah, we're going quite into Bristol. It's about an hour's drive today, so it's quite a way in, and I'm just hoping the traffic isn't too bad and we can have a nice easy journey and then a lovely session with little Hallie. So obviously, because I don't have Puck Dude anymore, I have got one of my trainees coming, Hector, and he is going to bring his dog, Lockie, who we've already started working with to train him as a stooge dog, and he couldn't really be better. He's a very, very calm little dog that, very, very chilled, especially on the lead, which is where we need him most, and isn't fazed by other dogs at all. So he's going to be perfect. So we'll be using little Lockie as a bit of a stooge dog today as well, and doing some work with him so that he can get used to doing this work, because it does take a little bit of getting used to, but from what I've seen of him previously, he's going to be a real natural. So that's fantastic. And yeah, we can then use him to have a look at what's sparking Hallie off and how to get her to stop being reactive and aggressive. And yeah, I'm hoping it'll all go really well. I will take lots of videos as usual and get back to you afterwards and let you know how everything goes. What I'm doing is I'm using my body. Yeah, good boy, Lockie. So see that straight away, because she was going to lunge at him then, I was able to use my knee to block her. Look at that, they're so close. This is amazing. Good girl. Oh, Hallie, you're a superstar. I mean, this is amazing. We weren't this close before, but can you see, again, keep that body position rather than hanging on tight to the lead. Make it about your body, so that if I'm now walking with somebody else. Oh wow, I mean, she's really not fazed by him now, but again, look at what I'm doing straight away. And make sure wow, this I hope isn't my kids now. This is amazing. Lockie is so close, and she's not worried. Good girl, well done. Well done. And what I'm loving is she keeps her stress. Yeah. She's glancing over and she's going, nothing bad happening. Yeah. No! Good girl! Yes! You can have one from me too. Yes! So good. So what we're doing here is we're building up this positive association. We're near a dog, we're not being stressy, so we're getting rewarded for that.
And if he was like sniffing around her back end, you just know.
And this is where, you know, if a dog comes up, you pick this lead up, and you can, you know, we normally use a 5 metre line. Straight away, pick it up, shorten it, do some distance. If the dog comes over to you and the other end has got the... They are the best. These are the menu ones and they're absolutely brilliant, yeah. It's because you can break them up and make them last longer. She's so good. You're so good. I'm so impressed with her. I think we've actually done quite a lot with her. I think this is kind of the icing on the cake. Just finish up the top.
You're just eating slowly.
Bloody leather lead weighing me down.
Okay. So that was lovely. Hallie's just the sweetest little thing. You can really see the spaniel and the Dachshund, both of them in her. She's such a gorgeous little mix. Just little legs and a really cute spaniel-y face, and she's just very, very sweet natured, lovely little dog. And yeah, there was a few things in the house that needed tweaking a bit, and the potential, I think, for some resource guarding, which we hadn't seen until today. But there was a little moment where I thought, oh no, that needs, you know, that needs looking at. So we did a little bit of work around just making sure that she wasn't going to resource guard her bed or, you know, bones or anything like that. We had a chat about that, and then, like I said before, most of the session was about her outside work. So we were just out in Victoria Park in the rain. Lockie behaved himself, was a really good stooge dog, and I could really see what was going on with her. She was very yeah, definitely reactive when a dog was getting close and in her space, especially with things like sniffing her back end is one of her big triggers. So we just did a lot of work. The main thing was to get her off the harness, because that would definitely have been making things worse in general. Plus obviously it's impossible to control, correct, anything like that with a harness on. So we're using a very simple slip lead, which she was walking beautifully on. Taught her some pressure and release, and she just got it really quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if she'd been on one before at some stage. Obviously they've only had her for 6 weeks, so she's all very new at the moment, and I'm pretty sure she's had a slip lead on before, because she didn't have any issues with wearing it, was just took to it really happily and was walking on a slack lead to heel really nicely on it pretty much instantly, to be honest. So she was really fab. But it did just mean that we had a way of correcting her when she was lunging at dogs and doing all of that stressy behavior. So it did have a big impact on her outside. Did some really nice work on that, some really nice work with Lockie, starting off at a distance and gradually getting closer, and by the end she was perfectly happy with him, walking pretty much right next to her, and also being off the lead around her as well, and running. And yeah, it was a really nice session, actually, really nice session. We were able to drop the lead and just use a double lead like a training line, so that we still had a way, and she was staying really, really close. She wasn't, you know, trying to bugger off. She's actually got very good recall. But what I did see during the session was there's a definite chase drive in there. So yeah, we are going to do some work off the lead with a training line to start with, just so that we can make sure we're staying in control in situations where she's meeting other dogs or other dogs are running up to her, and we need to make sure that she's not going to get suddenly scared and have a snap, because that's what tends to be happening. She's not the one going up to the other dog, she's not choosing that, so she's not in that way, she's not being dog aggressive and choosing to run up and have a go at dogs. But if they're getting in her space and especially overly sniffing her back end, she's not happy about that at all, and will kick off. We need to make sure that she's not doing that at all, because for her own safety as much as anything else, we can't have her kicking off and either hurting a dog or her being the one that gets hurt because she's picked on the wrong dog. So it's very much a safety issue for her and other dogs, and the chase drive obviously very much a safety issue. I could see that when she was really in that drive that, you know, she was just off, and although her recall is normally wonderful, when that drive kicked in, the recall went out the window. So we're doing a lot of work on training a leave command and making sure she is going to listen to that both on and off a lead. So that's going to be a big focus. We'll start off with that with a training line, and if that's not enough, we can then look at maybe remote control vibrate collar or something else. But for the moment, what I'm asked them to focus on is putting the leadership rules into place and just making sure that we are focusing on getting her being very respectful, doing the nice heel work, using the slip leads instead of the harness, so that she's, you know, really understanding more about what she can and can't do on a walk, which is going to be really helpful for her. And yeah, and then we're coming back in about 3 weeks so that I can have a look at how they're getting on and make sure everything is going swimmingly, and yeah, doing a session with her at the park where we do our Bristol pack walks. So I'm going to meet them there in about 3 weeks and do a follow-up session and just have a look at how she's getting on, and if we need to change anything or add anything at that stage, then that's what we'll do. But yeah, all went really well. Should have some nice videos, I think, though they might be a bit rainy and windswept. And I will do obviously another one of these in the follow-up session so that we can see how everything's going.